Here we have Ethereum versus the dollar, symbol ETH, and we are going to be looking at this one on the daily. We have a lot of good things going on right here. We did break and resolve the ascending triangle 2 days ago, actually, on that closure above about 33.50. And what did we say after that? A quick move to 36.50, and then very likely extension, pretty much in this case, to prior all-time highs, I imagine, on a weekly closing basis, of which we have just ever so grazed up around there, technically speaking about 3,900 thus far. Now, with that said, Ethereum is actually going to populate another drive of hidden bullish divergence if it does close the weekly here or higher, or I imagine anywhere above 3,700 would very likely do it. And this is going to be followed through by, of course, increasing and expanding volatility, as well as Ethereum essentially just continues with overall trend after a after about a 56% downturn right there. Anyways, most importantly on the daily right here, again, same sort of signatures, multiple drives of hidden bullish divergence back into the bullish control zone. Good. I suspect that this still has more to go after a little bit of short-term sideways and perhaps downside down to 36.50, perhaps. Anywhere around there is fair game. Same thing on daily jewel, nice positive curvature. So we got, again, trend continuation, we have momentum, and we have volatility also sprucing up very, 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 very lovely. So in these cases, when things are trending, I like to go over here to my secondary charts and look at it from a troll band perspective, of which we closed a nice girthy green dildo above the top side troll band yesterday, and that is going to be consistent going onwards and forwards as long as Ethereum's closing dailies above 36.80 or so right now. So as long as that condition is met, I do look at this as trend in motion. I look at this as continuation, very, very likely somewhere around prior highs, in the $4,000 territory, maybe over the next week or two. This is looking good. Daily MACD also following through. So again, even just looking at it from this chart format right here, we have trend, we have momentum, and we have volatility. It's looked at from a few different angles on this one, but again, very, 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 very good stuff right here. Short-term time frames, are we looking for a bit of a pullback? If we are looking for a pullback, I would say anywhere around 36.50 or so. I think it's better shown on this chart right here. Essentially that last major breakdown and trappy area from 18th of May that you did see almost, wow, that's like 4 or 5 months ago now. Anyways, most importantly with this, I would still be looking for continuation on top of that, perhaps maybe a little bit later this month. But looking at the weekly right here, I'm not necessarily bearish on a chart like this. And more importantly, the monthly is the one that I want to have a massive, massive eye on as well. And I think, again, this actually works a lot better on our secondary charts over here, of which we did close a nice girthy green dildo above the top side troll band on the monthly, not just the monthly, but actually the bi-monthly as well, so an even more powerful time frame. And at this point, yes, I would be very, very comfortable in saying that Ethereum extremely likely test around prior time highs, about $4,600 on a wick basis, maybe within the next 2 months. Very, very likely to make new all-time highs before end of year. I would even say perhaps in October as well. This is looking very, very good right here. Anyways, on top of that, let's just see one more thing on the monthly right here. Yes, of course, monthly MACD is also increasing on histogram. I do like that as well. So things are looking nice and healthy, at least for the time being. So Rectember is happening, definitely, right? Because month equals bad. Well, I suspect that this is, I suspect that I have no real reason to be looking for a trap on Ethereum. Again, always have to offer up an invalidation point on the other side, especially as long as Ethereum is above $3,600. And if you want the fully, the more conservative estimate on that, it would be below about 36.50, or sorry, not 36.50, but 34.50. Until those levels are violated right there, I do not look at this as any sort of trap. I just look at short-term moves to the downside as very likely, higher lows within the making. Now, with that in mind, I do think that we are coming into a bit of a short-term top here relatively soon on Ethereum. We are getting incredibly hot on BBWP, so I don't think that this one has too much more to go on like an hourly or 4 hour, for example, but I would, again, be looking for the pullback to very likely put in a higher low, presumably somewhere around about 36.50 or wherever the topside troll band is on the daily right on over here as well. So hopefully that was helpful, and there you go. Enjoy your beta rolls in the early morning.